Hi, I'm Toni Swinehart. I'm here with MCP's Full Court Press, brought to you by Shelby State Bank and House of Flavors Incorporated. Today we are at Flipstar Gymnastics, where I'm talking to the head coach of Mason County Central's competitive cheer team, Cheri Rozell. Hi, Shari.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, thank you for being with us today. Now, I myself know a little bit about regular cheerleading, but I am not formed of the competitive type of cheer. How did you get involved in this?
Absolutely. So I started coaching cheerleading Sideline 13 years ago. And when Mr. Jensen approached me when I was helping him coach the Sideline, not him, but helping the school coach Sideline for varsity, he had kind of approached me and said that the conference was asking if we wanted to join competitive cheer. And I said that sounded fantastic and we should get some more information. So about, I think it must be maybe 9 years ago now, we did a student interest inventory at the high school, and it came back that students at Mason County Central wanted to participate in competitive cheer. So that year we started a non-competitive team where we just went and competed exhibition in a couple different tournaments and things like that. And here we are today, 9 years later, or maybe even a little longer, with a full competitive team, and we also have a junior varsity as our first year this year with that team as well.
Wonderful. That's
Yes.
really wonderful. Now, the first year you did it, I seem to recall that you still did some sideline as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We did football sideline and also competitive in the winter.
Okay.
And then there was another organization that was involved in a rec type program that was doing sideline during the basketball season.
Okay, okay. And now how would somebody get to start this? I know they no longer have the little girls
Right.
involved, so it's just high school only, that age, right?
It actually starts in the middle school.
Oh, good.
We have had a middle school program for a number of years. In fact, the reason we're able to have a junior varsity and a varsity team this year is because of our middle school program. The young ladies that I have that are freshmen this year, they were able to start competing when they were in 6th grade. So this is my first group of girls that have gone through the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade program that we offer at the middle school. MHSAA, which is the Michigan High School Athletic Association, will allow 6th graders to participate if there isn't enough 7th and 8th graders.
Okay.
And that particular year that my girls right now that were freshmen, when they were in 6th grade, there was a need to have them participate. Right now, they can be a part of the team, they just can't participate, and then they can participate in 7th and 8th grade.
I see it's just right now just a female only team. Now, can boys or men also, well, they're not quite men yet, but
Right.
can they also participate as well?
Unfortunately, right now, boys cannot participate in competitive cheer.
Okay.
And it has to do with Title IX as well as the MHSAA rules and regulations. So this is an all-female sport, just like volleyball through MHSAA is female. And then there's different groups that are boys and girls, like basketball and things like that. So unfortunately, no gentleman can participate in cheer.
Okay. And so what do you think inspires these girls? Like you said, you've had some since 6th grade, and they're now freshmen competing. What do you think inspires them to keep wanting to do it? What, as a sport for competitive cheer, how does it unify the girls as a team? And,
Yes.
you know?
I think sometimes cheerleading gets that rep that it's not a real sport.
Right.
And when you participate competitively, it really amps those young ladies up, and it really is a very competitive sport. And you can see some of the things that we do and are capable of. It makes it a lot harder to participate in cheer than it does in many other athletic events. And so I think just the whole competitive nature of the cheerleading brings girls to us, and it is so interesting and it's so unlike anything that you can get when you play another sport that I think that's what keeps them involved.
Well, and I'm sure for yourself and then also for the girls, it's bonding.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and you've been doing this 9 years, so.
Yes.
And now, do you have any assistants right now? You're the main head coach.
I currently have one of my juniors that is on my team, Jasmine Bogus.
Okay.
Her mom, Becca, is kind of like my assistant coach. She goes with us to every competition, and she has helped a ton with my junior varsity team. I am coaching both groups right now, and it's a lot more difficult to be in two places at one time.
Yes.
And so she does a lot of facilitating those types of things for me. So we do have kind of an assistant coach.
Well, and is your hope to be, like in the future, keep the JV and also the varsity teams, and then perhaps maybe she would eventually take over the coaching of the JV so that would lead you to focus on the varsity? I mean, obviously, as a varsity head coach, you want to kind of have your hand all the way down.
Yes.
Because that's how you build programs, especially at any school. So, but is that your hope for the future, that it stays like it is right now?
My hope for the future is that I can obviously have my hand in all of those groups because it's necessary, and that we do have someone that is really just in charge of junior varsity. Because this was our first year, it's a very big learning experience for all of us, and what exactly we need to do to work together and different things like that. So I think in the future, I would like to see 3 separate coaches: varsity, junior varsity, and middle school. And I really just have to add that my middle school coach this year is one of my former cheerleaders. And so we are really building a program here at Mason County Central.
Yes.
We're building a program where former athletes want to come back and not only help, but put their hand in the pot to create these wonderful athletes that we're getting on the varsity level.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yes.
That's so fun too, when you have somebody that you've coached and they come back and they want to help, but not only that, they want to take it further one step by coaching because they already have experienced you as a coach, so they know what your expectations are too, and how to build the program the way you would like it to be.
As a coach, that is 100% the biggest honor you could receive, is that one of your former athletes wants to give back to their community, and also in a way give back to me for working so hard as a 4-year athlete, or how many ever years I had them, and wanting them to build that program together.
Yeah. No better compliment.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm telling you, just watching the girls in there and all the tumbling and stuff, I couldn't even do that when I was in high school. So to see how good they work together and how much athleticism they have to have, it's kind of neat. This last Saturday, the 15th of February, you got your best 3rd round score.
Yes.
And you also beat your best personal score by 24.8 points.
Yes.
So maybe a little bit about how that works too, the scoring and the rounds, that type of thing.
For sure. So first of all, it takes a lot to participate in competitive cheer, and we need to thank Flipstar for allowing us to come here every Monday, and they provide wonderful instruction that I can't necessarily provide for our young ladies. Correct tumbling skills. I have honestly no idea how to do a back tuck. I've never done one myself. And so we come here every Monday, and they help us with skills that we need, that are required in our rounds, that we couldn't do without them. And so just knowing that it not only takes a Mason County Central community, but it takes a community to build this sport, because we're utilizing services from all over. Flipstar, using our gyms and different things like that. As far as scoring goes, there's 3 separate rounds in competitive cheer. There is round 1, which is lots of whips, peel-offs, different formation changes, level changes. It's an action-packed round that is 1 minute and 30 seconds of just constant movement, volume, inflection, things like that. And then we have our second round, which is more of the tumbling round, where there is a required precision drill and several required skills that you must perform, and that's kind of why we're here at Flipstar today, is to make sure that we are doing those skills correctly and together. And then the third round is always the round that everybody really enjoys, because it's the hardest one, and that's where you'll find the athletes flying in the air, standing on top of one another, and just doing lots of amazing skills. And so when we're scoring, each one of those rounds gets a different score, and then they're added all together to make a compilation of the main score. We have our districts on Friday, and right now, if you put us on paper, we're right in the middle of the pack. And we need to get 4th place to get out of districts, and I really think we can do it with lots of hard work and determination. We just have to want it a little bit more than everyone else that day.
Yes, yes, I agree. And now your girls, have they gone to state before? I feel like.
My team has never made it out of districts.
Okay.
We in Division 4, and at one point we were a Division 3 team.
Okay.
We go up against some UP schools, which are very competitive, and they have been cheering for way longer than Mason County Central has.
Right.
And so I really foresee some athleticism and some conference wins, some district championships in our future. We just have to put in the effort that those other schools have.
Right. And like you said, I mean, 9 years, in retrospect, I mean, it sometimes feels like a long time when it comes to a sport
Yes.
and building a sport. It really isn't.
We're very young.
Yeah.
Very
and
young.
like you said, the UP teams, I'm sure they've been doing it for
Yes.
20 years probably. And that's why they are where they are. But that is wonderful that you have built the program that you have. And it's given me, I've never been well, I guess I was a cheerleader in 7th and 8th grade.
Yes.
But when I got to high school, I was all about the other sports. So, but it's given me a newfound respect for the girls and what they do
Yes.
and the competition and what has happened with it. So,
Yes.
you know, as a former Spartan, it kind of makes me proud that, you know, and I'm really pulling for those girls.
Thank you. We had a judge at our last competition. She has been with us for about 4 or 5 competitions now, and she's watched us grow and improve. And she came over at the end of the competition and gave so many compliments and pieces of suggestion and pieces of advice and things to work forward to or look forward to, because she said to my girls she believes in us because we've improved so much and she wants us to be successful.
Yeah.
So it just means a lot
Yeah.
when they do that. I'm just very excited to be here, and that there are people out there that might want to know about the sport of competitive cheer, because I think it is so new in our community, and just know that it takes a community to build this sport, and we're really honored to be a part of it. At the end of Flipstar, we get together and each person shows the skill that they've been working on throughout the course of our Flipstar hour that we're here. So we all kind of sit in a group and watch each other do what they've been working on to make sure that they have the confidence to do the skill before we go back to our home gym. Yay! This is the lone senior on my team, Morgan, and she just started working on a back handspring, and so that's the skill that she's working on right at this moment. And this is a freshman, Leah. She is also working on a new skill, which is a back tuck. The back tuck is a required skill for round 3, and that's something that we've been struggling with, is trying to put that back tuck in round 3. We have Alex who can do a round off back tuck, but it takes so much work and effort that we're getting really exhausted after just one. And so today we're trying to get her to do a standing back tuck, which takes just a little bit less, I guess we'll say effort, but although it's still very difficult, she's got it rocking out over here for the very first day.
Thank you to Flipstar Gymnastics for having us today. Ms. Cheri Rozell, who is the head coach of the Mason County Central Competitive Cheer Team, to all these girls here that are part of the Mason County Central Competitive Cheer Team that work very hard every day. If you want more news, please visit
MasonCountyPress.com.